you're watching this for the first time and you're unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm a 4-time kickboxing world champion. I retired from fighting specifically with the goal. The day I retired, I said to my brother, I've retired to become rich. Since then, I've made over $20 million in about 4 years. I'm a multi-millionaire who lives in Romania. I have endless female adoration. I own casinos, 12 supercars, 6'3", sexy as fuck. That's who I am.
I was buying a place in Thailand and I was short for my last payment. It was 300 grand. I paid 200. I needed the last 100 grand to pay. I had 70 grand and I was 30 grand short. And I said to Tristan, I'm going to be a G. I'm going to go casino and I'm going to make it. Give me the 70 G's. I'm going to come back with 100. And Tristan said, well, listen, you're my brother. I trust you. If you want to do it, do it. I was like, listen, every once in a while, you have to get lucky in life, right? So I went and I hit the casino with my 70 grand. I put my nice suit on, took a bad bitch, had a martini first, shaken, not stirred. I did it right. And I got fucked up. I lost all the money. Got wrecked, bro. Lost 70 G's in 2 hours. Now I need 100 grand, right? So now I'm really broke. So when I came home, Tristan's like, did you make it? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, man. I'm like, I know. Oh, man. What the fuck can you do, right? Yeah. And I didn't have a fight coming up for, let's say, 2 months. So I had no money coming in for 2 months. I had to make this payment. So I said to Tristan, I'm not going to leave my bedroom until I work out how to make us some money. I decided to be very logical about it. Chess player, right? So I was like, I want money. What is money? How do banks work? How does credit work? What's fractional reserve banking? All these things we now know to be the biggest cons of the century, right? So I'm sitting there researching money for days and days and days. And then I get more mad because I'm like, whoa, money's trash and I don't have any. Now I'm really annoyed, right? I thought like everyone else did that, everyone puts their money in the bank and the bank takes some of other people's money and lends it out. I didn't know they embedded it from the sky. I still at that point thought money was linked to gold. I didn't know nothing. So I'm learning all this stuff and I'm getting really angry. I'm like, now this is really annoying me. Let me say to everyone here at home, if you are saving less than 10 grand a month, and you're just saving, your chance of being rich is fucking zero. You need to go and do something else and make more. Invest in yourself, get knowledge, pay attention to mentors, start another business, open something. You need to do something because you're not going to save your way to the top. The average person at home, you're not earning enough to ever save. If you were to save 100% of your wage, you're still going to be broke. You have to get to a level of earning. And it's that spirit you need to have when it comes to money. I'll tell everyone right here, right now, how to get fucking rich. I'm gonna tell you how to get rich, and I guarantee most of them ain't gonna fucking do it. But here's how you get rich. Yeah. If you're a scientist, you never ever wake up, go into the lab, pour the right chemicals, and fix the problem. That doesn't happen. You go into the lab, you try some shit, it fucks up. You try some new shit, it fucks up, and you keep fucking around until something kind of works. Penicillin was a mold that grew on accident on top of an old experiment. And the dude goes, what's this mold? Oh, it's penicillin. Before you know it, you have antibiotics. So, mistakes, eventually something goes well. So I say this to people, look, how many ways have you tried to earn money? You earn money X way, how many other ways have you tried? Because you need to try a whole ton of ways, and you gotta make a bunch of mistakes, like a scientist does, to find the thing that works. And everyone's heard this before, right? And then they'll say, they have 2 hurdles to doing that. 1, they're lazy. And 2, they'll say, well, I have ideas, but I don't know how to start. Or, I have ideas, but I need money to start. I own 10% of RXF, which is the Romanian UFC. So I own a percentage of the cage fighting organization. And I'm sitting here and I do the commentary, the English commentary. So I'm commentating. And one of the main sponsors is this casino brand. And this casino brand is owned by 3 brothers. And they have 400 locations from Estonia all the way down the east of Europe. I overheard them say something like they turn over like 18 million a day or something ridiculous money. And I went to them and I said, because they're sponsoring the show, I said, look guys, I want to open some casinos. I want to get involved in this moneymaker. And they kind of looked at me, typical Eastern European mafia. Imagine, fat, bald, cigar, exactly like you'd imagine them to be. And they're like, why do we need you? If I want to open a location, I send a picture in a WhatsApp group of of a building, and 2 weeks later there's a location. What do I need you for? I was like, okay, valid point. Well, I'm going to find a reason for you to need me, right? So a few years go past. We're kind of talking back and forth. They won't let me franchise with them. They're not interested. And then I came up with this plan. I went to them one day and I said, look, how about this? I'll pay to open locations, so it costs you no money to be involved. I'll give you a percentage of turnover, not profits. Even if it makes no money, you're making money because it's pure turnover. And I'll open up directly next door to your number one competitor in Romania. So I'm going to go to war for you with my money because I'm right next door to your competitor. The location may not make money. I'll lose all my money, but you're getting a percent of turnover. You ain't got to do anything. Doesn't cost you anything. You make money, and it's just pissing your competitor off. Worst case, it annoys number 2 in the country, right? And they agreed. So I opened up next door to the competitor, and then I have to try and make money, right? So this goes back into what I was saying earlier, because people always say to me, how do you make money, Tate? You have to sit and genuinely think and analyze. So I opened up this casino next door to my competitor, and 2 doors down, there's a Starbucks. Line for Starbucks is going out the door. Starbucks is always busy. So okay, so I put a huge sign up, a massive sign up saying free coffee. And I had a really cute little waitress, and I bought a very expensive coffee machine. And what happened is, because the line for Starbucks was so long, the dudes would go, well, I'll just go get free coffee in there. And then they'd gamble their $5 instead of buy the coffee. And the girl was always pretty. She was instructed to flirt with them, make the nice coffees, and I started to make a lot of money. And for about 6 months, I was top of the world. Every building is owned. These are skyscrapers, bro. Billions. Every apartment nowadays is a billion. Million. You drive down a street in London, you're driving past trillions of dollars. There's money everywhere. It's all around us. When I was broke, I thought that the world was broke. I thought that there was no money. And then I got rich and realized that I was completely and utterly wrong. There's so much money. It's everywhere. If I go to try and buy a plane or a jet, they're always sold out. My yacht is a fucking 6-year waiting list. I want a Bugatti, they launch it, the email comes to my email address, 2 minutes later, gone. Like, there's so much money. If I want a diamond watch, or a $1 million watch, or $1 million Rolex, you can't get this stuff. There is so much money out there. Once you get to a certain echelon, you realize there's money fucking everywhere. So there's plenty of money in the world. People with no money are just not very good at taking it.
Of course, the old guy is going to sit there and go, save your money, put it in a savings account, get a mortgage. Bro, of course that worked for you. You were putting money in a savings account, getting 4% interest. Yeah. Now they want you to give us 1%. You're putting money in a savings account. You bought a house for 85 grand. Now it's worth $500,000. And at the time you bought it for 85 grand, you were probably earning 30 grand a year. Yeah. Now I'm earning 40 grand a year. The house has cost 10 times more. I get no interest on my money. So everything you're telling me is outdated. It doesn't work anymore. If you're going to follow the path that your parents followed, you're not going to ever become rich. You need modern ways to make money, modern wealth creation.
The main reason people aren't rich, there's probably 3 primary reasons. They're either lazy, they're arrogant, or they're stupid. I think lazy is actually quite a small contingent, because I think a lot of people get out here and they work very hard to a degree. Like, even if you're a trash man, that's still work. You're working hard, you're just not making any money. And also, I think if you could show somebody how to make money, a lot of people would do it. I don't think they're that lazy. If you say, look, press this button for money, they're not going to go, no, I can't be bothered. Then, all right, okay. They're just lazy to find out how, perhaps. Yeah. But once they know how, they'll do it. Stupid, I think, is also a very small percentage. I think that stupid is a small percentage because I don't think that IQ, in fact, it's been proven, IQ has nothing to do with how successful you are. Right. Very rich people, very smart people are broke. Yeah. Very dumb people are rich. Yeah. So I don't think that stupid is the reason people aren't rich. The reason 98% of people aren't rich is because they're arrogant. They're brutally arrogant. And I say that because you will stand up and say, I'm going to do an event and I'm going to teach you how to make money from real estate. And people will look at you with all your success and go,
yeah, I saw him on TikTok. He's full of shit.
How arrogant, genuinely arrogant in your soul must you be as an individual to look at people who are massively successful, all the credentials and all the proof, all the things they talk about, and believe for some reason you're too good to listen. Yeah. That's just arrogance. If Mike Tyson walked in here and said he's going to teach me how to punch, even though I'm already a kickboxing world champion, I'd listen. It's Mike Tyson. If Beethoven walked in, he resurrected, and walked in and said he could teach me piano, I'd listen. But
But if I sit there and say, look, this is how you make money, there's a large contingent of people out here who go, yeah, but you know what, Tate, I don't like him. I didn't ask you to like me. I'm telling you how to make money. like, they're just arrogant. People are brutally arrogant, and it holds them back. They refuse to fucking learn or listen to anything.
You want to be a millionaire, learn from millionaires.